So 7 minutes into Shai, and it definitely seems like it's not going to be the type of anime and series where they're going to be pulling back the punches and what can actually happen by being a superhero, because I would say other series are pretty happy-go-lucky, where the hero saves the day and it's all good. We don't really see the bad things always. It's like, okay, there obviously was bad things that happened, but it's going to be taken care of. It's all good. The hero saves the day and we're good. But not in Shai, at least the first impression that I'm getting. Because in the first 7 minutes, we see a bunch of people in this roller coaster, and it gets stuck while these passengers are in the middle of the air and they're just dangling. So Shai gets right into the action and goes ahead and starts saving them. And at first, it seemed like everything was going great. She got every single passenger down, except for this one girl who was actually believing in Shai a little bit and giving her a little bit of reassurance. So what happens after she gets every single person down but one person, but her? Well, the roller coaster ride doesn't have anybody to be able to support where it's currently positioned. And it starts going crazy, going down super fast, and even flies off the rails while she's still in it. But thankfully, Shai was able to catch the roller coaster and has these thrusters, jetpack thing, and was able to fully stop it after catching it. And I would say in some other series, after catching the roller coaster ride, or the carts I should say, things would be good. It would be like, okay, cool, congratulations, she caught it, everything's Gucci and Bakuchi, she saved everyone. But not in this series. At least the first 7 minutes seems a little bit more realistic on what can actually happen, because the roller coaster's carts didn't just fly off the rails nice and calmly. No, that shit was flying. And I mean, in real life, that would definitely already cause some harm. But when Shai caught the roller coaster carts, it wasn't just some light catch. No, she like literally rammed into it essentially, and that probably caused a little bit of damage. And when she was finally able to land and put the cart down, I was thinking, well, this probably isn't going to go well, is it? And she lets it down as smoothly as she can, and when she runs over to see if the girl's alright, she is not. Now, I originally thought she was dead with the whole blood out of her freaking skull, but it seems like she's just in critical condition, which, well, isn't good, but she isn't just presumably dead at the moment. So yeah, I was a little bit surprised by that. I'm like, oh damn, dude, they're not messing around in this. When somebody can be injured, they will be injured, it certainly seems like. And that just makes sense in real life, Even if somebody catches it and saves you from it, you're certainly not leaving that roller coaster ride without any harm whatsoever. But it definitely showed in this scene that even though we got superheroes, the world isn't really 100% safe, because shit can and will happen, which is actually something that I think I'm gonna really enjoy and respect in Shai. So definitely had to bring that up real quick. So after that little or big mess up, whatever you really want to claim it as, Teru, aka Shai, has become somewhat of a hermit. Hikimori, I believe is the word, because I mean, I get it. Everybody's shitting on her on the internet, on the news, saying it's like, hey, why do we even need heroes? Aren't these heroes just teenagers and whatnot? It's like, why are we relying on them? They're hypocrites, they're mess ups, and I'm sure that really got to her, and I can understand why she would maybe not necessarily want to give up completely, but be like, okay, I can't do this right now. Because, I mean, yeah, you got people on the internet and the news shitting on you, but also because she seems like a really good person as well. Just, she's shy as shit, she has social anxiety and all that, but deep down inside, she's a good person, I feel like. And she wants to save everyone, and she couldn't. And it isn't even just ego, it's accountability, and she wasn't able to save everyone. Somebody really got hurt because of her. Also, Pepesha, I believe is how you pronounce her name, apparently Russia's superhero, comes and visits her, which I actually found pretty cool that they're already friends. I didn't really know how that works exactly, but she comes and visits her and gives her a whole rundown of things, and I agree with this. It's like, even though you're a hero, you're not going to be able to save everyone. And that's just the plain truth. And I mean, she did her best, honestly. It's not like she just said, oh, screw it, I'm not actually, even gonna care about this whatsoever. No, she tried. And that's just the realistic part is that you're not going to always be able to save every single person, but you gotta give yourself a little bit of credit, because it could have been way worse if she didn't actually go and save those people. She could have just been too shy to actually do anything, which honestly I thought she would deal with more social anxiety than this, at least so far. I figured that she wouldn't be able to actually save anybody because of her social anxiety, but she stepped up when she needed to, and she saved every person but one person, which, and I know social media and the news are gonna shit on you pretty much no matter what you do, even if you mess up one little thing. Although I would say that's not necessarily a little thing. She saved damn near everyone, and you got to give herself credit for that, I think, because if she didn't, all of them probably would have died, you know? All of them could have been just dangling there, and something even worse could have happened. But no, she did her best, and things just don't always work out for the best. And like I said, she's a hikikomori at the moment. She hasn't gone outside in over a month, and even though bad things are happening, as ABO tells her little wand thing, I don't really know exactly what this thing is, but it's sentient and is able to talk to her. And yeah, things are still going on. The world is in danger, and life goes on. Just because you mess up one thing one time doesn't mean, oh, life's just on standstill. That's not how it is. So she's down in the dumps heavily. She isn't able to transform like it was shown because her heart is all in a mess, is what I believe she said. Which makes me think, so is all these superpowers, or at least hers, just come from emotions, come from her believing in herself, because she isn't able to transform. She isn't able to be Shai the superhero because she's all mentally stressed out and, you know, down in the dumps. So if their superpowers, or at least Shai's, is related to emotions, we're going to probably see some fantastic character development, I personally think. So yeah, Teru is definitely down in the dumps, and she even feels like, hey, if any other superhero was there, they could have done something, they would have been able to do the job, which definitely shows that she is insecure. But I mean, who knows? Who knows if anybody else could have done a better job? Maybe they could have, but they weren't there when those people needed a superhero. Also, I gotta bring up, weren't those Power Ranger people superheroes? Teru was, well, one, giving an opening act, I guess you could say, or an opening introduction, because she was invited out to that amusement park, I believe is what it was, to introduce herself as, well, Shai the hero. So where the hell were they? So I don't know if they were there still, but if they were and they didn't help her, well, that's also on you guys, man. I mean, you know, people are in trouble. So I don't know, man. I don't know. So after finishing the rest of the first episode of Shai, the girl who Shai could not save is actually okay. Maybe everything will end up okay by the end of the series, or the end of the episodes from now on. I could have been wrong, but I was just thinking from the very first part of the episode, I'm like, damn, this could actually get quite dark. But now after watching the rest of the first episode, I'm thinking, this is definitely going in a direction that I was not necessarily seeing. So the girl that Shai could not save is actually okay. She's just in some crutches now, but she's back in school and actually shows up in Shai's school. So I wonder if she's actually going to be an important character in some way, but who knows anyway. But she's okie dokie, so everything worked out in the end, it seemed like. Kind of disappointing to me a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. Now, I know you're probably thinking, oh, you wanted her to, like, die or something like that? No, but I don't know, man. I kind of wanted to see a darker, like, maybe this is gonna be a story where, you know, Shai does her best, but in the end, not everything works out for the best. But it seems like things are going to be somewhat okay. But after the roller coaster incident, Shai does eventually get back on her feet, because there's this huge fire going on in this building. I don't know who the heck started it, but I'm thinking the kid with overalls might have something to do with it. By the way, we saw him in a few scenes the first episode so far, so that kid looks kind of suspicious, I'm not gonna lie. He looks kind of sus. Maybe he's the one who started all these fires, or maybe he's a superhero and just keeping track of Shai and how she performs. But anyways, huge fire going on. Shai rushes to the scene and is not able to bring herself to become the superhero that she is. But the boy who was saved by Shai was actually there, showing up, and he's like, you know, giving this whole speech about how Shai saved him and that anybody can be a hero, you know, that good stuff, man, that good stuff. And that's when Shai was able to be like, all right, you know what? I'm scared as hell. Somebody might get hurt again, but I'm on this shit, man. It's what a hero does. She ends up going up into the burning building, and surprisingly, there's only like one person who's still in the fire, and it's a lady and her child. So I figured there's going to be a lot more people in there, and she would have to save the day and ultimately maybe fail. But nope, she picks her up, and as she is about to get out of the burning building, a huge explosion happens, but baby falls right out of her hands and just blast, man. It's just out of there. That baby is sayonara. Shai jumps up and tries to grab the baby, and she does so, but then her thruster gives out. But don't worry, Papisha, whatever her name is, comes and saves Shai, and it's like, oh, okay, it's gonna be one of those where it seems like everything's just gonna work out good, huh? It's definitely going to be like that. A little bit disappointing, but I don't think Shai is necessarily terrible for that anyways. But yeah, definitely not what I was really assuming that it was going to be like. But anyway, Shai does end up saving the baby. But it makes me think, where the hell did the lady go? Maybe I missed it completely, but when she went out the building to grab the baby, where the hell did the, woman go? Did she just leave her in there? Did Pepesha save the girl too? Or the woman too? I don't know, but anyways, I guess, you know, everything worked out. But what I thought Shai was going to be about is just her saving people from these random crazy events that are happening, like, you know, the roller coaster incident and the huge fire. Turns out to be a bit bigger in the grand scheme of things, because Pepesha is a part of this, I guess, Justice League-like group where they actually have a station right above the earth. Apparently that's a thing. And Shai gets to meet the Unilord. What the hell is her name? The Heavenly Empress Unilord, who is apparently like the overseer of all of Japan's heroes. The way this Unilord was acting was making me think, I don't really know about this one. I don't fully trust her. But, we'll see. We'll see. Episode 1, though, I mean, you know, started off pretty strong. By the end of it, a little bit disappointing, I guess you could say. It has a 7.0 on Mal, and I'd say the first episode was a 7.5. So even though this was an anime I was really looking forward to after seeing the whole previews and all the hype about it, first episode didn't blow my mind, but certainly wasn't terrible. Definitely going to be giving this one a few more episodes and possibly keeping up with it. It definitely intrigued me enough to be like, you know what, this might be alright. But hope you all did enjoy the video, and make sure to use code ILYA on all G Fuel orders. I'd really appreciate that. Hope you all have a fantastic day, night, evening, morning, whatever the hell time it is for you. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.